and welcome to PlantFoodMinerals.com. Today we will be making Mittleider Pre-Plant Fertilizer. The pre-plant fertilizer is a mix that we put down before planting or transplanting seedlings. It helps the roots and the growing seedling get a good start. This mix is made up of 3 ingredients: calcium, which you will be using either lime or gypsum, and we'll talk about that in a minute, and magnesium, which is Epsom salts, and boron, which we will be using borax. I will be using a digital scale to weigh the ingredients in, and I will also be mixing it up in a 5-gallon bucket and keeping it in that also. The most important part of this mix will be to determine if you will be using lime or gypsum for your calcium input. Now that will all be determined by the pH level of your soil. The reason for the importance of figuring out your pH level is that it will determine how well your plant soaks up or absorbs the nutrients from the fertilizer that you're giving it. A pH level of 7 is what is considered neutral. Now, the further away that you get away from 7 or neutral, either strong acidic or strong alkalinity, the less amount of nutrients your plants will be able to absorb. And you can just look at the chart here, and it's laid out with very strong on the 4 on the acidity level, all the way up to maybe the 7 or 8 on the alkalinity side. But 7 is what you're always shooting for. Really 6.5 to 7 is kind of your area that most gardeners like to keep. There are many different ways and different products that you can use to determine the pH level of your soil. Now, you can go to your garden store or any big box store, send in soil samples for testing, but Dr. Mittleider made this easy for us. He determined over his many years of gardening around the world and working with different soils and pHs that he developed a simple rule of thumb. If your annual rainfall is more than 20 inches, use lime. If your annual rainfall is under 20 inches, use gypsum. Both are calcium, but the gypsum has sulfur added. Today I will be mixing 5 pounds of calcium with 4 ounces of magnesium sulfate and 1 ounce of boron. For safety, while mixing, please wear eyeglasses, gloves, and if you're not in a well-ventilated area, please wear an air mask. Now let's just take a quick look at the 3 ingredients. Gardening lime or gypsum can be found at any big box store or farm supply or fertilizer supply store. The biggest option that you might think about is whether you'll be getting pulverized or more of a powder. I find that at the big box stores you're more apt to get the pulverized or the granule. I do prefer the powder form. It seems to mix a little better, but I found that at a farm supply fertilizer store, and I had to buy a 50-pound bag. The magnesium, which is Epsom salts, can just be found anywhere at a Walmart or Walgreens. And boron can be found in 20 mule team borax, which you can find in the laundry department of any grocery store usually. Thanks for watching, and please visit PlantFoodMinerals.com for more resources and videos.